So before I begin this video, guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel and also leave a comment, guys. Thank you. Let's get into it. Woo! Coming into your YouTube airwaves, I'm Vaughn, the Stat Man, and welcome to the Stat Room, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Vaughn the Stat Man. You can follow me on Twitter at Vaughn the Stat Man. And guys, check out my website, vaughnthestatman.com. All right, guys, so last night the picks I gave did well. Braun didn't do as well as we wanted him to, but he still gave us over 10 fantasy points. But we did have the 3 top scoring players on the slate. All right, so let's move ahead to the second night of NBA basketball. Guys, I'm going to give you one tip that if you follow this tip, you should do well tonight. Do not play guys that are on new teams that are not one of the main focal points of the team. So if you have a guy who got traded and is with a team, let's say he's the 4th scoring option, you don't want to roster him tonight. All right, guys, so I know you guys are looking at this 12-game slate, and I know you guys are probably pulling your hair out, right? I want everybody to breathe in, breathe out. Now let's tackle this. Big slates are actually easier than the small slates because you don't have to get every single player right to cash. Now, to win a GPP, it's no different than NFL. You can't miss. So on bigger slates, play the smaller games. Play single entry contests where you're going against 2,000 players or less. And play 20-man contests and 50-man contests. I would say create your own 50-man contest because I believe you can beat at least 40 of those guys. And if you place 10th, then you'll actually win some money. All right, so what I do on these bigger slates, guys, I find 3 games that I like. And you can do one of 3 systems. You can either do a 2-man stack. So if you find 3 games, you only need 4 2-man stacks. And then you just have one player that will be a standalone play. That is one of my favorite ways to attack big slates because now your brain is not going all over the place. So all you do is you look at the matchups. You have to know basketball, guys. Now, I will say this, guys. If you are someone where you just play for fun, I would say find you somebody who you believe in and get their picks because that way you don't have to go through every slate. They can tell you the 3 games that they like and they're going to give you players from those games. And guys, when you're trying to win millions of dollars, you can't do it alone. You're going to need some kind of help unless you're someone like me that spends hours and hours every day into these slates. All right, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and I'm going to give you 5 plays I think you should build your lineups around. All right, so I'm going to start off with Zion Williams. Now, you have Tatum. Now, let me just tell you this, guys. When you first break down these slates, the first thing you want to do is you want to look at all the players that are $10,000 and above. And then you say to yourself, can any of these guys get me 60 points or better? Now, you don't know if they're going to do it, but do you believe that they're in a matchup that would allow them to get 60 points? If you don't believe that, then you fade every single $10,000 player, guys. Like last night, I looked on the slate and I said, Jokic, I believe he is the only one that I trust to get 60. He got 68. I had him in. I had Paul in. He got almost 40 points. So those 2 guys is what helped me to cash. I had Caldwell Pope. He put up 30 plus points at $5,000. So guys, if you have your core 4, if they do well, you'll cash 70% of the time. So when I look at this, I don't believe Tatum can get me 60. So I won't fade him. Jimmy Butler is 9-9 against Detroit. They could blow them out. So I don't like him either. Sabonis typically doesn't do well on the road. Siakam, maybe. Leonard is someone that I believe that I don't think he can get 60, but remember, he's only 9'4". I believe Leonard can get 50. So out of those 5, I like Leonard the best. But I think Williams can match all of these guys, and he's the cheapest. So we're going to build that line with Williams. The next power forward I'm going to give you guys is Porzingis. He's going back home, and I love this matchup because he's playing against a team that is not physical. Julius Randle is not a physical player, and he can foul out the center from New York, and the center from New York is not going to be able to play him at the 3-point line. So I think Porzingis could actually do well. And I believe that he's going to be the second scorer on this team. I think Brown's going to take a back seat this year. They brought Porzingis in because they pretty much saw that Brown could not really get it in. And now if you have Porzingis out on the wing, that's going to open up the lane for Brown and Tatum. So now Tatum doesn't have to be the man every night. So these are who I'm going to start my lineup with. Then I'm going to give you a low tier point guard. And I love him in this matchup, guys. And the point guard that I'm going to give you Schroeder. And he's the starting point guard for Toronto. But look at his price, guys. He's 5'3". So you really only need 23 points from Schroeder. But he's surrounded by a bunch of guys that can score. He got Barnes that's going to score. He has Siakam that's going to score. He has guys that can just flat out score. He might get 10 assists today, guys. And with his slashing ability, I see him getting 10 points, 10 assists, I would say 2 steals and 2 rebounds. He can easily get you 30. All right, so the next on the list, I'm going to give you a point guard. I'm giving you Dinwiddie. And if you look at all of these guys, I love Doncic at 11.6. That means Doncic has to get you 60. He can't get you 50. He can't get you 55 because with his price point, he straps your cash to get other players. Now, Shai Gilgeous, I believe, in this matchup going against Chicago, I think Shai can get you 55, but that doesn't help you. You need a 60-point guy if you're spending $10,000 or more. I do like Irvin, but not at 10,000. Ball, I like Ball to get 45. I like Young to get 45. I like Halliburton is someone I like to get 50. Against Washington, I think Halliburton can get 50. You got Fox, Brunson. But I'm giving you Van Vliet. Van Vliet, from what I've seen in the preseason, he has the green light. And I don't believe Orlando has a point guard that's going to contain him. So I'm giving you Van Vliet, Schroeder, Williamson, and Porzingis. And then at the small forward position, guys, I want to give you somebody very inexpensive. We're going to go down this list, and I'm going to give you LeVert. Every time LeVert plays Brooklyn, when you go against the team that drafted you, and then they basically told you you're not good enough. Guys, have you ever had a job and you go ahead and get a new job and they tell you that you're not good enough and you just want to prove yourself? And if you've played sports, I remember when I played basketball, it was a team that I wanted to coach for and they wouldn't let me coach there. So I had to go coach for another team. Every time I played that team, we spanked them. We slapped the fur off their tail every time because it was an added incentive to just do well. So that's why I'm giving you LeVert. So that's it, guys. You got Porzingis, who's the boomstick player of the night. And you got Williamson, you got LeVert, you got Schroeder, and Van Vliet. All right, guys, so that's it, guys. So, guys, I'm going to break down the rest of the slate. So, guys, don't forget to win-win. That means give people what they want so you can get what you want. And, guys, don't forget to think and ink. That means write it down so that way it can come true. Good hunting on your DFS. Love you guys. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and like the video and also leave a comment. Thank you, guys. Again, love you guys.